We've got $14 trillion in debt. And if we don't do something about this in November, then we might not ever have another chance to do something. I would support any one of my opponents here, and would gladly help them. This is more important, as Steve mentioned, than just me personally. I'm worried about my kids. I'm worried about my kids' kids. I'm worried about your kids. And we've got to be able to send somebody in Washington instead of a lapdog from Nancy Pelosi. Thank you.
Well, the guy you have up there right now, he calls himself a blue dog Democrat. A lot of people call him a lapdog, Nancy. I just say he's not a dog at all. Because a dog loyal and a dog, understands fear. And this guy, he votes for everything that we don't want him to vote for. So he's not loyal. And he undoubtedly having fear because I don't think he sees what's coming in November. But I'll tell you what, this may be the cavalry up here. We're going to put that guy out of there. I guarantee you. And I've got a lot of experience business-wise. I'm the oldest one by far up here, 65. But I'll leave mine. I've been helping out all my life. I grew up with range parents and cattle. So I'm tougher than nails. I've got big name, but that's my family. But don't ever do this if they work for me. We're going to put this guy out of here, and whatever it takes. I'm running the shortest campaign. I signed up on the last day, you signed up on the last hour. And I'm running as hard as I can run, and some of you like the Coors Light train coming through town. We're going to blow the windows off. But we're going to do everything we can to win. But if anybody beat me, they will be pretty damn young we can. I'll be sure to support them.
I just want to repeat again that Ron is the oldest by far, because that's just fun. But we are all concerned about what's going on, and I think the thing that concerns me the most, but it concerns all these gentlemen, it concerns us all, and I think we're all concerned about the fact that Alan Boyd doesn't seem to listen to the citizens. And if I hear anything from talking to people all around this district, that's the one thing I hear time and time and time again, is he does not listen to the citizens. And I think that even though I disagree with these gentlemen on issues and policies and things, I would support them because I believe that they will listen to the citizens. And if they don't, then Ron and I'll go up there and make it hard on them. You can count on that. But we need to realize as a country that the enormity really of the problems we face can't be solved simply. And we really can't think that we can just send anybody up there. We've got a wonderful opportunity to change the status quo and to make a real difference in the direction. And I think we're all in agreement on that.
Okay, that wraps up our Q&A session, and so now we'll do the wrap-ups. We're actually going to do it backwards, the opposite from the way we started. So Steve, you get to close first, and so we'll do a minute for each. Thank you. Okay, I take that back. I've been vetoed. We get 2 minutes. Congratulations.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
In 1787, as Ben Franklin came out of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, he was asked this question: Mr. Franklin, what type of government did you give us? He responded, a republic, ma'am, if you can keep it. You see, I believe we have stopped teaching for generations what Franklin said that day. You see, our founding fathers understood that if you can keep it meant that there is a great chance that if you are not vigilant, if you as citizens are not engaged in your government, that there is a great likelihood, there is even a better probability that you will, in fact, lose it. I believe that this is the most important election of my lifetime, not just because I'm running for Congress, but I really believe that my daughters, their freedoms are at risk if this country does not rise up and make adjustments to our current direction. I believe that this year it is important that we send a man or a woman from districts all around this country with practical experience. For 5 generations, my family has been in Bay County, and for over 3 of those, we have been creating jobs. We've been sweating a payroll every Friday. We've been fighting government regulation, paying taxes above our ability to make money. I understand the aggravations of small businesses. And right now, small business, which is the American dream, which represents 85% of our economy, is in fact dying a slow death. It is time to send businessmen, businesswomen from around this country to Washington, D.C. I need your support so that we can keep this republic. Thank you for having us tonight. God bless you, and may God always continue to bless the United States of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, the enormity of the challenges that we face in our economy, our national security, our energy, these things cannot be overstated. And we cannot think that we can solve them with simple problems and simple remedies. I've talked to too many people. I understand, I know, I too want simple answers. I would like for us to have answers that don't involve sacrifice and compromise. But I can tell you that's not going to happen. I'm looking at many people out here from the greatest generation, maybe not many, but I'm looking at a good number of people from the greatest generation. And I know that you understand what it took to sacrifice and compromise when this country was in bad shape. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're in bad shape again. And that's why when I stood up at that debate last week, and I said, yes, I will consider something that's un-Republican. I will consider something that's not the party line. I will consider whatever it takes to free up this country and make us strong and keep us out of bondage to China, Japan, and any other foreign country. Yes, I will take the risk that we might have to pay more at the gas pump. If it's between that and being free of China, you know where I'm going to vote. I'm going to vote that we need to be free of China. I'm going to tell you that's not a politician's answer. I learned that when I went from being called a rhino, which is a Republican in name only, to Barbara Boxer. I went there so fast it would make your head spin. But that is what I think, and that's my answer, and I would consider anything to get us out of debt and keep us economically strong. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to send statesmen and stateswomen, not politicians, people who do the right thing if it's unpopular. Time is running out. Time is critical. I'm willing to go as your advocate. Thank you.
I want to go as a congressman. I want to go there just as fast as I can, get the job done just as quick as I can to turn this country around and lead the coalition of all these new people that are going up there. They got to follow somebody, they might as well follow me. You know how it is if you're playing sports. You know, you always got that guy at the end of the game. If you got to score, you got to have a home run, or you got to have to hit or whatever, you know who that person usually is. I've been that person all my life, and I'll be that person here. You can depend on me. I've been in business all these years. I've been vitally involved in running a 90-day campaign. You don't have to vote for me in a hurry if you don't get me. You know, but I've been so tired of this whole spill deal. I'm working fervently about 25% of the time. I'm the one that's been back and forth to Grand Isle and Venice and all these places. I'm working with folks from Texas to Washington, D.C. trying to solve this whole spill problem. And we've got solutions to it. And I'd like you to ask me questions later on about that. I've got a book. I probably don't, I guess, I've written a couple of books. One on health and fitness from 65, and I'm healthy as a bus. I wrote it when I was about 35 or 40. I think I was unusually that healthy that soon, but I can still pretty healthy. But anyway, I've done that. I wrote a book called Lifetime Health and Happiness, and I written a book called Have We Lost Our Minds? And it outlines about 20 different subjects. You'll know where I stand in that book. You go to MacNeilForCongress.com and download it for free. It costs you a dime. Read that book. I wrote it to try to help everybody concerned all across America know how to canalize what they felt, why they felt, and what it would take to give solutions to all those different types of problems. And I've done just that. And now, when Obama came on TV and said, just bring it on. I said, buddy, I'm fixing to bring it on. I'm going to bring on more than that dude in half like you. God bless you. I need the road and the support. Thank you. Over to Panama City, Todd Harrington, the Elvis singer, and all that stuff. He's going to give a concert for everybody for free. Republic. Saturday night, 6:30 to 9.
I want y'all to know that I have the utmost respect for all my opponents here. I think we all generally believe the same things and generally give the same answers. I ran 3 years ago. I was beaten in the Republican primary by a gentleman from Panama City. I saw this coming. I know how Alan Boyd has voted. It hadn't been just the last 2 years. He's been doing this for 6 or 7. 96% of the time with the liberal wing of the Democratic Party. Something you need to know about me is I'm an American first, I'm a conservative second, and I'm a Republican third. So if you want somebody who's going to go up and vote a party line because that's what you're told to do, then you need to vote for somebody else. I use two things to represent you. One is the U.S. Constitution, and the other is the Bible. And with those two things, I don't think you're going to make any bad decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a leader. I learned leadership as a young kid at the Citadel and perfected it as a company commander, being in charge of 150 men and women, where there was a possibility that you might have to put their life on the line. I've managed $1 million inventories and $1 million budgets. I've also been in the small business world, as some of my colleagues up here. You've got to be able to juggle glass balls and bounce rubber balls. You have to know what the priorities are. It's not just good enough to put a Republican in office. You have to put the right Republican in office. You can say all of the good things everybody wants to hear. You can hang the moon, but it doesn't make a hell of any difference if you can't get elected. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to fight for our lives over in Leon County, I can tell you, because they're not going to give up that seat without a fight. I know these people. I went to school with them. I played ball for them. I can get their votes for you. God bless you for having us here tonight. Thank you.
Okay, let's get one last round of applause for all of our candidates.